it's Jessica here with another acrylic stash busting layout with some of my scrappy friends down in the description, so make sure you check out their creations as well today. And today I'm using the Pinkfresh Studio Tourist Mode collection, and I am just loving this collection. It's so beautiful. I love the colors in it. I love those deep greens and teals. So I've taken this striped paper. It actually has a bunch of circle designs on the backside, but I wanted to use a couple of these little striped papers for border strips. So I cut a couple of those strips down, distressed the edges, and attached them to the edges of my paper here. And then I am pulling out a Shimmerz mix here, and I'm just watering that pot down and kind of letting that sit for a little bit. I'm going to actually put some mixed media on my background. This color I believe is called Daffodil, if I remember right. And so I just used the water that was in that pot and just dumped it right onto my paper here, and I'm using my brayer tool to just kind of smush it around a little bit. And then I'll go back in once that's a little bit drier with my heat gun and add in some splatters here with my paintbrush. So I just added a little bit more water, picked up some of that color on my paintbrush, and then just flicked it onto my layout. And that's going to finish up that mixed media portion of the layout. I'm going to go back through and add some more splatters and some blue here in a second with some Kaisercraft turquoise, but I will do that probably after I get all these photos on here and then some of my embellishments on. So the acrylic piece that I'm using today is that Simply Amazing. This is some photos of my son and my husband while we were out shopping at Aldi or Aldi, however you say it. And we took him to the grocery store, and he just absolutely loved it. He was just learning how to walk and doing pretty good on his own at that point, but he just loved pushing the shopping cart around the store. He just thought that was the best thing in the world. So we kind of let him go and have his moment, and he just had a blast shopping. So that was like one of his favorite things at that point in his little life. He's now 5, so he's in kindergarten, and he's still thriving and learning new things every day, and I just love it. So I've pulled out my big shot here. I am actually cutting down a bunch of those circle designs from the back side of that striped paper, and I'm going to use those on my layout. So I've got all of them cut down. As you can see, I've cut my little file folder for behind my photo, and I've also done a border punch in one of the other pattern papers from the small paper pad. This is the one that I used one of my dies on, and I really liked a couple of these little elements on the back side of the paper, so I'm just fussy cutting these out. I'm going to tuck them in behind one of my photos. So I'm just going to fussy cut these and then set those aside because I'll tuck those in whenever I get my photos on my paper here. And I'm just going to back this photo with another pattern paper from that small paper pad, distress these edges as well to match the other distress edges of my borders. And I'm just seeing how I want to layer these up because I want them staggered as I usually do. I don't typically do everything super straight on my layouts of my photos, so I want them a little bit staggered. And then I'm just going to start tucking little things in and around my photos. I'm going to pop all these circles down on my layout and scatter them throughout the layout and throughout that mixed media. And then my title is going to go right there at the top. It does have a backing piece on it, so make sure you peel that off before you apply glue to the back. I like to use my Nuvo Liquid Deluxe adhesive for that because it does stay super sticky for a long time. And I went back through all my books and looked at them recently, and ones that I've stuck down a long time ago are still holding very strong. So I feel pretty confident in that glue and that it's going to stay for a long period of time. So I'm just scattering these circles throughout my layout, throughout this mixed media portion, and I decided that I want to add some more splatters in this turquoise color by Kaisercraft. So I'm just flicking that on to my layout just by pulling that top off and just kind of flicking it around the layout. And then I'm going to actually pop some of these circles up. So some of them I'm just sticking right directly to my page. The other ones I'm going to pop up with some 3D foam tape from Thermoweb and just give those a little bit more dimension. And I will keep embellishing this. I'm going to grab some of the puffy stickers from this collection, and then at the end here I'm going to add some sequins by Spiegel Mom scraps as well called Capture Today. It's one of my favorite mixes right now. It actually matches with so many different collections I'm finding, so I really am enjoying that mix. So I think it's still in the shop if you wanted to grab it too. So I'll pop a link for it below just in case you want to grab it with my code Jessica15. You can save 15% on any of these sequin mixes in the shop. So make sure you grab that. But I will link below all the other people playing along today with this acrylic Stashbusting challenge, and make sure you check out all their videos and their posts as well, because they are absolutely amazing and they do some really, really cool things. So I will pop some music in here while I finish up embellishing this, and then I'll stop back in at the end of this video to show you the finished layout. So here is the finished layout. I just love how all that stamping came out on top of that lovely mixed media. So I hope you guys enjoyed this process today, and feel free to check out the other creators playing along today in the description. So thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day. Bye-bye.